What's up, guys? My name is Jacy Watson, and I'm here to share a bit about my experience participating in Consult Your Community's national internship program and tell you why it is 100% worth being a part of, no matter who you are, what you're looking for, and what your summer might look like for the year. For a little background on me, I'm a rising third-year business major at Georgia Tech and our chapter's upcoming president. I've been a member of CYC now for the past 4 semesters and was a part of CYC's national internship team last summer, where I had the amazing opportunity to work with, this great business called Aspen Real Life, along with 3 other incredible people who I will introduce to you guys in just a bit. But first, I do think it would help for me to explain just a few basic details about why I decided to join this program and some interesting things that I noticed while I was there. I'll first note that this is a virtual internship, which I know can be a bit of a bummer for you guys, but I will say that it does open up the opportunity for you to collaborate with others in a very similar way that you might actually have to one day if you ever end up working for a global firm like Deloitte, McKinsey, Bain, what have you. And there you may be assigned to work on a client project with colleagues located, on the other side of the globe, right? So definitely keep that in mind. Even though I know virtual environments aren't as fun. From a time commitment standpoint, I know many people have asked me about how difficult it would be to juggle, another internship on top of this, if that's even feasible. And I will tell you from experience that yes, it is very doable as long as you're willing to make the time for it and just communicate with your team about what you can and cannot take on at any given point of the engagement process. Now, of course, you are still going to be making a time commitment of, I'll say maybe 5 hours, a week. But since you will only really be coordinating schedules with your small group of about maybe 4 to 5 people, there really shouldn't be any issues from a scheduling standpoint. Then again, I will say that, my group at least was dealing with 3 different time zones. So that did add a little extra layer of difficulty there, but we definitely rose up to the challenge and we're still able to get the job done. So I wouldn't expect any difficulty there. I will also say that there were some really helpful workshops, events, and meetups, many of which I unfortunately had to miss given my workload that summer. But I would definitely suggest that you try to make as many of these as you can, even if you do find yourself in a similar boat that I was. And as for the work itself, these engagements should be practically identical to the work that you'll do in your university's chapter. So that's actually something I was really looking forward to since I was my chapter's vice president of engagements at the time. And I was just really missing the client service work that I had done prior to taking on that role. So, for any of you guys who might be on your chapter's exec teams, this is your chance to really just step away from the organizational management side of things and, just hit the refresh button on your time at CYC. And now if you are looking for leadership opportunities, they do have those too, as well as, task forces and, special project teams. So I guess it's safe to say that they have a little something for everyone, in through this internship. So there's some great opportunities there. And, regardless of how involved you would like to be, I will say that this internship does attract some of, the organization's most passionate members overall. So you'll have the opportunity to meet some, great people. I've never really met anyone I never liked through CYC. You'll be able to meet these people, they're from a variety of different backgrounds and experience levels. And this is really cool because it means that you can learn just as much from your peers as you do from your mentors, which you will get one, by the way. Shout out to Thomas Flynn for being an awesome one last year. And there were just a ton of great lessons and pieces of advice and overall skills that I was able to pick up from just watching how these older students approached certain challenges or, just hearing from their feedback. So that's all great. And then similar to your peers, you're also going to see a lot of diversity in the clients that CYC sources for these engagements and the project scopes that you and your team might encounter, which is really cool because, you actually may even work with more than one client, depending on how quickly your team is able to finish your first engagement. So you'll definitely get, a great experience that, really fits your interests too. And, no matter who these clients are, I'm telling you that the national organization has the client acquisition process, they just have it down. Out of all the people that I talked to, that summer from CYC, I really just heard nothing but great things about, the clients and the work they were doing. So, actually our chapter took on an engagement this past semester that had been sourced by the national organization. And, I'm telling you guys, this is, it was one of our most sought after projects that year. So, great clients, great work. And in addition, these clients are often, minority owned businesses that represent some, just amazing causes. So, furthering their mission is also just furthering your impact on, the local community, which makes your work feel, all the more fulfilling. I know you guys probably get a similar experience, in your chapters, as I mentioned, but, these clients, I remember, at the dinner presentations that we had, they're just some really, really great clients with some really, really meaningful missions. So a lot of people, were really passionate about working on these teams and, really connected with, the client work that they were doing. So, definitely, just a great way to get, to make an impact and do great things for the community. CYC is, also great at sourcing clients with a variety of different business problems, as I mentioned. So, you should be able to get the technical experience that you want from this internship as well. I'm personally interested in marketing and brand management, but, I'm assuming that these engagements are going to, cover a variety of business areas and industries and give you plenty of options to choose from, or, that's at least what I've seen from, the past year. So, it makes sense they'll, continue to provide that as well. And all I really needed to do was just indicate my interests and goals for the summer and, their in their project preference form, and CYC's amazing team just took care of the rest. So, I have nothing but, just great things to say about, just the overall experience I had. And, when I say amazing, in terms of their team, I really do mean it. The people behind this program are seriously top notch. And, well, like if you think back to the past summer, I mean, the pandemic really, kind of took a turn for the worse in late February to mid-March, I'd say. So the fact that the national team was, able to organize and then pull together the resources, people, and clients in time for early June of last year was, nothing short of remarkable. So and there's actually, a lot of, feedback that they asked for and, suggestions. So, it's only really going to get better from there. But, there were actually a lot of, just ideas and resources that I was introduced to through this internship that I went ahead and stole for our Georgia Tech chapter. Two of these being, the, case study template that they use for engagement summaries. I went ahead and used that to, create a template for introducing the clients to our, members so that they could make their project preference choices. And then weekly wins. This was for project updates. I went ahead and used this to get our project leaders to indicate, what their, wins or recent decisions were and what they were struggling with, similar to, the project updates that they used for, the national internship, what the project managers filled out for those. I used a similar method for that to, make our meetings more efficient. So, as you can see, there's just a ton to be gained from this experience if you really apply yourself and, do your best to make the most of it. And this is coming, and you can do this in a variety of ways, as you can see. So just great stuff there. But, enough of me telling you how awesome it is. Let's see it in action. This is a great picture of our team at the end of our engagement. As I mentioned, I was assigned to, a team of 3 just amazing people. Kieran was our PL. She oversaw the engagement. Sophia here is in the bottom left corner, and she worked on social media and the membership strategy. Isaac is in that bottom corner there, and he worked on sponsorship and outreach strategy. And then I was tasked with rebranding and website design. So we all really came from a variety of universities, and we majored in different areas. And I was the youngest of the group. So it's safe to say that we definitely covered some ground here. And then our client was located right there. You can see the 3 time zones there. She was none other than the blogger, influencer, and speaker Jillian Livingston, who turned her passion into her career around 11 years ago when she started Aspen Real Life, which is obviously based out of the mountains of Colorado. And this is a hotspot for skiing, travel, and business. She is the brains, heart, and voice behind Aspen's favorite blog, and has really grown this lifestyle and travel blog into a trusted guide, popular among travelers and locals alike, who can be sure to find all the best adventures, treasures, and events that Aspen and the surrounding Roaring Fork Valley have to offer. Yet Aspen's Real Life isn't just some ordinary blog. It's a tight-knit social network that exists to lift up the Aspen community by sharing local news and stories and providing opportunities for people and businesses to connect to one another. So as you can see, it's just a really great business here. And, as wonderful as it was, though, Jillian was facing a few issues. And, as promising as her business's limitless potential might be, her vision for ARL was definitely clouded by, the many big ideas that she had, and just the colossal size of her blog after, a decade of content. This had left poor Jillian feeling very, exhausted, scattered, and overwhelmed, to the point where our team was even considering options for an exit strategy. So, she had been handling her business's operations alone to that point. So having us there was definitely very helpful for her. And she was, also, very, unsure of how the 2 key components of her brand, Aspen Real Life and Aspen Business Connect, should interact. And her sponsorship and membership programs were not developed enough to provide her with a profitable return that would, help her sort of grow her business sustainably. And she was also struggling to prioritize the number of ideas she had for providing networking, opportunities for her, members and the viewers of her site. So, this, and then, with her website's inefficient organization and the pandemic's impact on top of it, this only really complicated matters further, and just made it so that she was kind of reaching the end of her, or at least anticipating that she would reach the end of her journey here. Excuse me. Now, however, despite all this, our team was able to successfully rekindle her passion by providing her with the direction, organization, and strategy that she needed to outlast the COVID-19 pandemic and achieve sustainable success in the long run. We worked closely with Jillian throughout the engagement process to narrow these issues down to 3 key focus areas that aim to maximize the return from her large website and social media following, devise a plan for acquiring new members and partnerships, and then finally help her find clarity in both her brand and website. Sorry. We were really hoping to take on as take off as much of the load on our client as possible. And so our team worked very diligently to provide a series of recommendations, templates, and deliverables that included a deep dive into the data that said, what the data said about her blog, social influence, and, following, the strategies and outlines for sponsorship packages and pitches, and wireframes to guide the professional. I'm so sorry. Pollen in Georgia is terrible, guys. Anyway, so we did that, the sponsorship packages, and then also, the wireframes to help the professional web designer that the national organization was able to provide our client, to guide, them in, sort of organizing and improving her website. So our client was extremely receptive to our input and quickly adopted the majority of our ideas and recommendations. And a funny example I have of this actually was a relatively informal idea I proposed for, Aspen Business Connect logo during one of our weekly client meetings. I remember just having this quick idea, to just put the bear in a bow tie. And, I just created a quick little mock-up with the bear, the bow tie, and, pitched it during the meeting, and she loved it. So what was really cool was then I was able to, become a part of that design process. I helped create a process draft, and, she then was able to kind of relay all of this to, the professional designer to, add those finishing touches, which you can see here. So that was really cool. And then on a much larger scale, this is the mock website that, we designed in Wix to demonstrate, our ideas for at least, the organization and just the website's flow. And, you can see here that this was just a great sort of outline for her to, really see everything in action and just show her ideas. And this is her website now. So, looks great. She's so happy with it, which is amazing. And you can see the similarities there here. We'll scroll down and show the, learn, explore, connect. She loved that, that welcome, that introduction page. And then, of course, the rest sort of organized well. And, these tabs were reorganized. So 10 years of content, definitely had to wrangle that in, but she did a fantastic job. And, it was just an amazing experience to be able to make such a huge impact on her business. And our client was so appreciative of the work that we delivered, and in her comments of, just how she was able to use our work to reach her goals and build a stronger community through her site just meant so much to our group. And after just 3 months, we received an update that she had, was using our sponsorship packages and was able to attract 20 new businesses from those, generate 12.5K in revenues, and was able to connect with the web designer that we had sourced for her, and were able to help fund for her company, and was successfully had successfully updated the website that really just put her business right on back on track. So this was by far one of the coolest client projects that I've worked on, and I learned so much from my experience and my group members who I still keep in touch with to this day. So it's just been a great experience that I'll carry with me for just quite some time, and just build from this hopefully in the upcoming year with the the next summer internship. So just great things there. So that basically just sums up my experience, but what should you expect from yours? Why should you take the time to spend your summer with CYC? And to answer that, I'll just break it down for you. As I've mentioned before, you'll have the opportunity to network with some of the best people from chapters across the nation. You'll pick up some wonderful new hard and soft skills through actual client projects, and work with some of the coolest businesses and or nonprofits such as Aspen Real Life. On top of that, you'll also gain access to helpful resources, workshops, fun networking and social events, and mentors that will certainly enhance your experience if you do have the time. And finally, you'll make a difference for companies in need of it most, which has been especially important during this extended period of uncertainty brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. So, as I mentioned, it's just such a worthwhile experience, and then the work you do really does, make an impact. So, just, all great things. And, so if I will say that, this internship offers all this and so much more. So if you're ever on the fence about applying or don't know if this isn't necessarily the right experience for you, my advice would just be to go for it and see what it can do for you, because I promise you, no matter what your experience will look like, it will most definitely be worthwhile. So with all of that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching this video and encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions or just want to chat about this internship or anything else. And other than that, I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks so much.